Hey guys, this is Marshall Kirby from Orchard Hill Farm Equipment. Today we're going to be going over the CK10SE series and why this might possibly be one of the best compact tractors on the market for the money. This is a CK3510SE hydrostatic tractor. They make this tractor in an open station, in hydrostatic, and a shuttle shift, gear drive, or with a cab in a 26 horsepower model, a 35, and a 40 horse model, but only with the hydrostatic in the cab. They offer a backhoe, a front mount snowblower, as well as a few other attachments standard from the factory that you can add. But today we're going to go over all the basic features that this tractor has. So let's dive right into it. First, we're going to talk about the tires. Today we have R14s, which are a new tire that came out in 2020 for us. These are a hybrid tire. They basically are going to produce the same beefiness as a standard R4 tire that we've previously sold a lot of, but these are not going to be as harsh on the lawn and are going to actually give pretty good grip in the snow from what I'm hearing. So we're excited about these. They got the same sidewall thickness, but the other three tire choices are an R4 industrial, turf tire, or your agricultural narrow farm V-tread. All right, that is all for the same price, mind you that. Some brands will upcharge for certain style tires. Standard, we got a KL4030 loader. That is going to be on every single CK series tractor out there that Kioti produces currently. This loader picks up about 1,835 pounds to full height at the back of the bucket at the pivot pin. And this tractor loader comes standard with a 60 or a 66-inch quick attach skid steer style bucket. So that's right, you could pop off the bucket, go into any skid steer style attachment essentially on the front. Next, let's talk about how this loader is designed. Probably the biggest feature I have to say is the ergonomics on where all the hydraulic lines are placed out. And you're going to notice something right off the bat. The few hydraulic lines that are actual flexible hose have a coater, essentially a steel braided hose over it to protect them, make them last longer. Just a little cheap feature that Kioti went the extra mile with. The next thing I want to talk about is check this out. All these lines, they're steel encased lines, which means you're not going to have to be replacing, dry rotted hoses in 10 years for the most part on this loader. That's a great feature. I love that. And that comes standard on all the loaders that are KL4030 modeled. Comes standard with a grill guard, as well as a bucket level indicator, which are two great features. And some brands, believe it or not, upcharge for those. Next, we'll talk about the air filter. Comes standard with a Donaldson air filter, easy access right in the front, an interstate battery. Again, a great battery. You're gonna have a couple coolers here, your radiator fill, your DPF in the back over there, and then we'll come around to this side over here. Your engine oil filter right there, your fuel filter. Now let's dive into that real quick. The new feature for 2020 and 2021, you're gonna notice a little sight glass down here so you can see when there's water in this. And also, this fuel filter now comes standard with a fuel heater kit. That means for you guys in New England or up north or anywhere in the mountains that has colder temperatures, we know how easy diesel fuel gels up. We know diesel fuel does not like the cold, and having that fuel heater standard now is a great feature. It used to be about a $200, $250 option. It is now standard on this tractor. Priming fuel filter as well with spring-loaded primer. Your dipstick for your engine oil right there, your throttle cables and whatnot right there, and your front axle fill right there. A lot of stuff is easy access on this tractor. They try and make it easy for the customer to service the tractor, or even just the dealership, saving time on this tractor trying to service it. Let's dive into the main features that come standard from the factory and why, again, I'm telling you this tractor is one of my favorite, probably one of the best tractors that I personally think is made in this horsepower. Let's dive into really why that is. So number one, we got side view mirrors right here that are adjustable. Again, they might look stupid. You might rip them off when you go in the woods, but at the end of the day, when you got to use this tractor and you're trying to run a rake on the back or a mower or a snowblower of some sort, it's nice to be able to actually see what's going on in back of you while not having to actually turn your whole body and not pay attention to the front end of the tractor. Next, we got a rubber floor mat. That's a great feature, cheap little thing to add to the tractor, but it comes standard. Again, footstep to get in on this side. Let's take a look at the floorboard and just how open this floorboard is. Pay attention to some of the other brands you're looking at. This is only about a 2 to 3 inch hump. Most brands have a hump that comes up to about here in the middle on a smaller, tractor in this horsepower class. Let's talk about how comfortable this tractor is and what features they come with standard there. Number one, dual armrests on both sides. Great, awesome feature. Keeps you, tucked away in the tractor when you're operating it. It's comfortable. The next feature is the seat can come forward and reverse, which does pretty much be, is pretty much a standard feature. And the seat is hydraulic cushioning seat. So you'll notice as I, apply pressure up and down and kind of lift my weight off the seat, it's going up and down. That's a hydraulic cushioning cylinder. Again, some brands are going to come standard with that, but not most. Most brands are going to sit on just, springs underneath the seat. The tractor has a tilt steering wheel standard, which is an awesome feature. I love that, so you can get comfortable there. That's a great thing. Low, medium, and high gear. If this was a shuttle shift, you would have the low, medium, and high. This would be cut out right here, and you would have a 4-speed stick shift. And then right here, you would have your shuttle shift lever forward and reverse, if this was a standard. This here is a hydro, so we'll talk about that. So you have a low, medium, and high. You have your blinkers and horn and whatnot there. This right here is a linked pedal. So when that is up, essentially your linked pedal is going to be on. You'll notice the light's illuminated right now. I turn the key over and pulling it back, it is off. Let me start up the tractor real quick and show you just what the difference is and why linked pedal might be an awesome feature that you might need to have. So right now we're starting up the tractor. We're gonna put it in medium range here and pick up the loader. So this is with the link pedal off currently. You're gonna notice as I drive faster, the throttle stays the same. It's at an idle. So we're gonna show you just what the difference is here. So now link pedal is engaged. We'll start going now. One more time just to give you an idea. That's one of my favorite features. You can add that occasionally to some other models and some other tractors on the market, but again, a standard feature from the factory. That's just the way it comes. The next feature is in a hydrostatic. You do get cruise control on this model, which basically is a button right there. And when you press it, when you have your foot pedal pressed down to the speed you want, you turn it on with that, let off of it, and a big magnet system magnetizes to the foot pedal so it cannot disengage. And then to disengage it, when you're done with, you want to turn off cruise control, you press the button or you press the brake or what have you. Next feature is auto and manual PTO. Now, a manual PTO is essentially going to be right there, and that means that every time you want to turn on and off your mower of some sort, you physically got to push down on this and turn on your mower, and then push back to disengage it. Auto would mean now we have it in auto, turn on our PTO, drop our mower to the ground, we're mowing, you want to stop, you lift the mower up, it turns off the PTO automatically for you, and you want to re-engage it, you drop it back down. That's a great feature. I love that about this tractor. Not many tractors come standard with auto and manual PTO in this horsepower. Next is a electric hydraulic PTO switch. Now, this is a great feature. It basically is used on all modern day zero-turn lawnmowers. A great system. It's been out for a while and it really has been problem-free. And of course, in a standard transmission, this means that the clutching through the gears is not going to disengage your PTO when you have an electric over hydraulic PTO switch. Next, let's talk about the loader controls. They're ergonomically designed right on your fender. It does come standard with a float, as well as all the standard controls, and even in the corners, you're gonna have those double functions on this valve. It's a very good valve. I love that. The forward and reverse hydrostatic pedals. Let's take a quick peek at those and compare that with some of the other brands out there and what you think about this. Now, I'm a size 11, 12 foot here, and look at these boots, all right? They're not super small boots, and they fit in there pretty damn good. And my foot isn't even on the pedal. So what I'm getting at here is this is a comfortable tractor, and a lot of tractors, on the hydrostatic anyways, have to do this. Everything where my foot is right now would be a forward and a reverse pedal, and I would be rocking my heel and toe back and forth to go forward and reverse. Not on this tractor. You're simply doing this to go forward and this to go reverse. And again, you want to lock your cruise control, you lock it, and you put your foot back here and relax. It's a nice design. You got a lot of foot space. I love it. The loader does come standard with a lock, so if you're hoisting an engine in the air, you can pull that up and lock the loader in the air. It's a great thing. Over here, this is probably one of my favorite features about this tractor. This is known as dual rear hydraulic remotes. They're featured on the back side of the tractor for any type of hydraulic attachment that gets hooked up. So for instance, if you want to put a angling blade that has a piston on it and angle it, you would angle it right here with this controller, right from the hydraulics on the back. Now let's say you got a snowblower with a chute shooting snow left and right. Okay, left and right. And now let's say you got a deflector hydraulically deflecting the snow high and low. Right there works for that. And then let's say next year you want to decide to buy a backhoe. You use this for the backhoe. You're pre-set up. You're ready to go. This is great to have. Again, another $1,200 to $2,000 option on most tractors that doesn't come standard from the factory with it. Little cup holder back here. You're going to have a toolbox right here that you can unbolt and flip around if you so choose. Handles on both the fenders. Look out for that on some of the other brands. You'll be surprised. Not every brand will have that, but it's nice. It's comfortable when you're bouncing around. You got something to grab onto. A lot of people don't look about the little things, but that's awesome. We'll take a peek at the back of the tractor, check out some of the great features that come standard. Again, we talked about the rear remotes, but let's talk about this. This is a premium design 3-point hitch. That means that it's going to be easier to hook up and detach your attachments when you buy something like that comes standard with a deluxe 3-point hitch. These arms mean that if you back up to the attachment and you want to hook up to it and you just don't quite make it there perfectly, well, guess what? You don't have to hop back on the tractor a million times. You can push down on that and extend that out about 2 to 3 inches and get hooked up to the attachment and be on your way. You can also, shimmy that up and down as well. And when you're ready and you got it hooked up, start the tractor up, leave the attachment on the ground, back your tractor up, and that'll lock right in just like that. As good as new, ready to go. It makes life easier when you're hooking up a bunch of attachments all the time. The next thing is the turnbuckles on the side. Most tractors, you gotta sit there and turn to tighten these arms. Well, not with these. You pull the pin here and you adjust where you want it and you pop the pin back in and you're at a new width. And you wanna adjust it back, back to where it was. You pull the pin, you drop it back in that other hole, and now you're locked in again. That's a nice feature. It's gonna save you time. And time's money, guys. A lot of people are on, trying to be in a rush all the time, and having little things like this will save you time, and also probably save a couple swear words at the end of the day too, because 3-point hitches are not always our friends. So, anyways, the drawbar comes standard. Of course, the PTO standard, and this shield is retractable to get out of the way. It's a little tight from the factory, but it's nice to be able to move that out of the way so you're not jamming your arm into the shielding when you're hooking up your PTO shaft. Your fuel tank right here comes standard in the back. It's a poly fuel tank, holds about 9 gallons. And let me tell you, I love this fuel tank back here. No more spilling fuel all over the hood. And also, that extra 9 gallons of fuel adds a little bit of counterweight to the back of the tractor. And we always need counterweights on tractors in this class because the tractors want to lift the world and want to do, all this work, and there's just not enough weight to them to be able to handle it. So any extra weight towards the back of the tractor is going to offset the loader and help a little bit. So that's a great feature. A lot of tractors have it on the hood. Your roll bar can fold to fit in those low-lying garages for all you guys that are trying to store it under cover. And I think that just about does it. This is one of my favorite tractors. I encourage you guys to come to a dealership, check one out. If it can't be our dealership because you're across the country, I understand, but please do take the time and check out the CK3510 or any of the CK10SE series tractors. You will be impressed. The price points always impresses the customers, and just what it is and the quality that you get and the features that you get for the money are awesome. So if you guys like this video and want to see more, give it a thumbs up. If you could take this moment right now to press the subscribe button below, that would really help. We always love, you know, getting new subscribers and growing the channel, and it of course encourages us to do more of these videos for you guys and show you more about tractors. And give us a call if you got any questions on this tractor or any others that are in the Kioti product line, 413-253-5456, or shoot me an email at info@orchardhillsales.net.
So high up.